persons with disabilities, yet full of ability. So we have ability in disability, aided by technology. Hello viewer, welcome to this educative program Metamorphosis. Thank you for letting me into your home. My name is Chika Ozulumba. Today, our focus is on transportation and persons with disabilities.
Driving is fun. I like it. So I drive as just like every other person drives. I'm not using any special car. There's no special device in my car that helps me to drive. I just drive just like every other person.
Sometimes I do things a little differently from others. Like this is my laptop. A sighted person will look at the screen. I will hear what the laptop is saying. He speaks it out to me.
Watch this.
The rebels captured me. They chopped off my 2 hands as a result of that.
First, we will be speaking to Mr. Cosmas Okoli with a leg disability, and afterwards to Mr. Anyele David, an amputee on both ends, and later to Mr. Okwe Akiola, a blind person. So despite the challenge you have with your legs, you still drive. How do you achieve that? And who built that type of car for you?
Well, it was actually my work. When I realized I could not drive with my legs, I started researching into a gadget that can help me drive with my hands only. And I started with very funny ones that didn't work well, to ones that worked very, very well, to a sophisticated one, which has one extension, controls the 2 pedals for automatic, and then 2 extensions if it's manual. And now I'm going back to one that is not as sophisticated as, the sophisticated one, because this one now, because I've been driving over a long period of time, this one is now 2 extensions that can easily, transfer from one car to the other. And I can drive effectively. I drive myself in Lagos. I don't have drivers, right? I don't have a driver. And I drive myself to Abuja, Ghana, I can drive to anywhere the car can go. No limitations.
So you can drive an automatic car and also a manual car.
Yeah.
As an amputee on both hands, what has been your experience in terms of driving?
Yeah, I started driving since 1993, before I lost my limbs. So what I mean is that I've been driving for 9 years before I lost my limbs. So when I lost my limbs, everything shattered because I don't have hands. But in 2004, a family friend, gifted me a car. And so that car is what I started using to drive. Recognizing that I'm here in Lagos, using public transport is not easy. It becomes very important that I have a car of my own that I can be able to move around and participate in my daily activities. So driving is fun. I like it. So I drive as just like every other person drives. I'm not using any special car. There's no special device in my car that helps me to drive. I just drive just like every other person. The only thing is that it's automatic car, so it's not a manual. So I enjoy driving. I also drive. I enjoy driving without using artificial hands. So if I'm to drive from here to my village in Ibere, in Abia State, I would prefer to drive without official hand. So if I do that, I will firmly in control of my steering. I can be able to maneuver speedily without necessarily using, better than how I will drive if I'm using artificial hand. So
And how do you grab the steering?
that is the scale. It's my own scale. If you want to learn it, you pay me, I'll tell you how to do it.
Is it possible for people like you to drive, and how could it be achieved?
Yes, there are the self-driving cars like the Google car that visually impaired person like me can drive, or at least sitting in the driver's seat. But what it means is that a blind person can get into it. You type or say in your destination and the car drives you there. So you sit in the driver's seat, of course, and the car goes to the destination. So you will just be surprised to see that someone comes out of a driving seat of a car with a guide cane and walks up to where he's going. So yes, with technology, blind people can drive.
Okay. But how do you move from place to place at the moment?
No, we don't have the self-driving cars yet. And I think it's going to take a while in Nigeria. Okay, what we do, we use a guide cane. I think this is my own guide cane. It's folded now, but if I extend it, it stretches, okay. So, this tip, use the tip as you're using it, you use to touch it. I don't know if, okay. You get this, okay, sorry. Okay, so you touch the ground with it, and then you move forward. So it hits objects as you're moving. You can hear it. So when you hit an object, you know that something is in front of you, and it also helps with depressions and elevations on the road. So that's the basic way so you use it to trace your way basically. But this one, there are two types. There's the one there's a way of using it. You do like this, and then you could also, if the place is smooth, you could do this. It has a roller tip, so it's going like this, and then you use to find where you're going. So it just gives you information about the texture of the place, but you need to kind of have an idea where you are, whether you're going to turn left or right. The cane won't tell you that, but you have to work at that by yourself.
We want to be independent. We want to be able to do things on our own, and we also want our self-esteem to be respected and protected. So when I get to a bus station or bus terminal, I have to be carried out of the bus. It is not decent. It's not dignifying.
What are your expectations from the government in terms of making transportation easier for people living with disabilities?
Well, we're expecting a lot from the government. At the moment, I can say that's literally nothing, because if I take Lagos, for instance, the BRT, when it was being constructed, my organization, Association for Comprehensive Empowerment of Nigerians with Disabilities, met with the government and made some suggestions. In fact, I challenged them at that point. I said, give me one bus shelter. I will do it with my money, so that you see an example, so you can copy it, so that someone on wheelchair can easily come, get to the bus platform and enter the bus without any assistance. That's how it's done all over the world, developed world. And that was not done. So what happened today is that my people have to be carried into the bus and out. But I'll give it to the drivers, the operators. They are very patient, and they're nice to my people. At least they wait and have them in the bus and help them out. But it shouldn't be so. It's not effective, it's not efficient. Because if a person can come and get into the car, one, it also helps the person's self-esteem. That I don't have to carry it into the bus or whatever, or train or whatever. You're able to get down independently and go back and get down independently. That's what it should be. But that was not achieved because we were not listening to, But so what the government should do now is to, one, assist those of us who are working, who can maintain a car, to get a car, so that you can, be able to commute to work. And why they train those who operate the public mass transit, like the BRT, the train, train them well on how they can assist people with disabilities or disabled people to get into the bus or the train and help them, get down when they get to their destination. So, and we are ready. My organization is ready to work with the government. We're always ready. I mean, we've done so much. We pushed, and now we have a legislation. And as a matter of fact, we're going to begin to test the legislation, because we can sue them. We can sue, and seek for redress. So I'm seeing a situation where we have to begin to test the law and begin to get government to be responsive and, accountable.
So it's your heart's desire that you are able to board a bus and come out of it without any form of assistance.
Just like you, when you get out of your house, you don't want to get to the bus station and people start carrying you into the bus. You won't feel fine. You won't be happy about that. The same thing with disabled people. We want to be independent. We want to be able to do things on our own. And we also want our self-esteem to be respected and protected. So when I get to a bus station or bus terminal or bus stop, and I have to be carried into the bus, and when I get to my destination, I have to be carried out of the bus. It is not decent. It is not dignifying. I mean, it impinges on your self-esteem. So we want to be independent, and the least government can do is to provide an enabling environment for us to function, and it benefits everybody, because the more disabled people that are independent, the more productive we are, the more contribute to the GDP and so on and so forth. And everybody is a winner here.
What are your expectations from the government in this regard?
By nature of my disability, and for the long period I've lived with disability, and looking at my interface with federal and state governments, I'm not expecting anything from them. As simple as that. Okay. Because our system is corrupt, our government and people in government are not sincere. We have a good number of rogue politicians that are making laws and managing economy, managing system. So on my side, I'm not expecting anything from them.
So what would you like them to do for others that are expectant, other people living with disabilities that are expectant?
What I could say is that they should take measure to make budgetary provisions for rehabilitation of people with disabilities. All over the world, governments take measure to rehabilitate their people. When I travel abroad for my medical treatment, I see government of other countries sponsoring their own citizens to come. I'm the only one that I've seen paying out of pocket for my prosthesis. People I see there, it is their government that pay for it. And when they not only they rehabilitate the individual, they rehabilitate their family members as well. Because when disability occur, it does not just affect the individual without hands, it also affects his immediate environment, his family members. So what I've seen from other governments is that they take measures to take care of everybody that is involved so that they can be able to bounce back, return back to normal work, earn a living, and pay their taxes.
What happened to your hand?
I lost my hands in Freetown, Sierra Leone, because of during the ECOMOG RUF rebel attack. So the rebels captured me because I'm a Nigerian, and our government was supporting ECOMOG peacekeeping operations. So they chopped off my two hands as a result of that. I was supported by the Nigerian contingent of ECOMOG that rescued me and evacuated me back to Nigeria. So I was admitted at Nigerian Army Reference Hospital, Yaba, where I was, treated and confirmed stable. That's going on.
But then how affordable are these prosthetic hands?
The prosthetic hand is very expensive. This one is 52,000 euro. So it's not cheap. It's not something, you don't get it in the shop. So but by the grace of God, I'm using it.
for a comfortable place to live in, look no further, for we got you covered. Here is Osakwa, London. This is a fully detached duplex with spacious rooms, a swimming pool, fully equipped kitchen, fully automated speakers, cinemas, open terrace, camera surveillance. What else do you want? Just come and have a taste of the heavenly. This is a semi-detached duplex still under construction. It will soon be ready with a swimming pool, open terrace, camera surveillance at the end of the construction, and also a cinema house. So virtually everything you have in the fully detached is here.
Beside the uncompleted semi-detached duplex is another. One is gone already.
Come to us for completed buildings, plots of land and service plots. For some, it is 24 hours electricity. What else do you want? Come and live like a king that you are.
This location is by Lekki Ekpe Expressway. Available are townhouses, service plots of land, flats, detached houses, and semi-detached houses. Here, it is 24 hours electricity supply, adequate potable water, and of course, recreational centers. Mortgage facilities and installment payment plans are available. Title: C of O.
Here is a semi-detached duplex. Ready. There's a swimming pool downstairs, cinema house, many things to enjoy. Just come. Just give us a call or do you right. We have varieties of locations. Simply get to us. We got you covered. Simply dial 081 7470 5050. We're expecting your calls.
Again, people are always willing to assist. Sighted people assist on the road sometimes as well when we don't have our own sighted guide. So it's still a lot of community support as well. You could call them that.
We're about to meet with Mr. Okwe Akiola, a visually impaired person who is an assistive technology consultant.
Excel, certain, heading level 1. Enter your search here. Search suggestion, no next radio button, and enter English, none. Start window, okay.
Mr. Okwe Akiola. So good to see you, sir.
Hi, it's a pleasure to.
And so you live a normal life. You have a laptop. See this game in front of you. Do you live a normal life?
I will call it normal, although it's a very busy one. It's normal enough. I mean, the only thing that maybe is different, sometimes I do things a little differently from others. Like this is my laptop. A sighted person will look at the screen. I will hear what the laptop is saying. So.
Enter English. Nigel. White King Dagan Lagos. Bing
Okay.
Maps.
So that's my laptop speaking. So whatever is showing on the screen, it speaks it out to me. And yes, and of course I also relax with the game. Like I think this is a Scrabble board, so I do that too. I live as normal. It's just that some things are different. You can see this Scrabble board has got dots on it. So I can know where the squares are, and then the markings. This is like double letter. The same thing a sighted person will watch out for. I actually play with sighted people anyway. Sometimes I play with my children. I play against my children, and it's very interesting. Yes. And so.
Is it possible for you to win someone that is sighted?
Oh, certainly. When I was in the university, I was a Scrabble and chess champion, and I think I taught quite a few sighted people one or two things about games. Yes.
Sighted people?
Oh yeah, I was a champion. Yes, and.
Wow.
We also use tricycles and those kind of transportation methods.
Using this still, you use this to jump on the bus?
Oh, you should see me do it. Yes, we do. We get very, very comfortable with it after some time. You know, you just kind of work out the general layout of a bus, so you can get on it, and then of course different types of buses. And again, people are always willing to assist. Sighted people assist on the road sometimes as well when we don't have our own sighted guide. So it's still a lot of community support as well.
Neighborhood Samaritans.
You could call them that, yes.
I would love to see you jump on the bus.
You seem to be so interested in this jump on the bus kind of thing. It's interesting, but you know, there are some times when all kinds of things happen. Like, you're not the only one. Some people just don't believe that it's possible. Like, I remember I was out with a blind friend once, and then there was this sighted person who was trying to help us. And when the buses come, we want to rush in and say, no, don't enjoy yourself, I'll help you and all that. And he was trying to talk to the drivers. And then I told my friend, look, the next bus that comes, whatever this guy thinks, we have to get on it. And so we waited. So he just ran after one bus to go and try and convince them to stop. And then the next bus that came, before he knew what was happening, we just jumped inside, and he didn't even know we'd left. It was later that he was looking for us. Well, we'd gone where we were going. And there's so many other things that sometimes there are minor accidents, or should I say incidents. I remember once I was trying to jump out of a bus. The buses don't really stop, and I wanted to quickly get down. And there was an empty wheelbarrow passing by, and I just jumped right into the wheelbarrow as well. But I mean, generally, you just want to go out and enjoy the day, and there are challenges, but honestly, it's good to know that at least one can get around.
To the end of today's episode. Please watch this over and over again on our YouTube channel. Feel free to follow us on social media and ensure you're part of our beautiful world by subscribing to our YouTube channel. I am your host, Chika Ozulumba. See you next week. Bye.